Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we have a conceptual hearing, the Bethlehem Steel property within 48th Avenue redevelopment zone. If there's anyone here that would like to come up forward and start the meeting. And before that, I'd like my attorney to say a few words.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Ladies and gentlemen of the public, members of the council, Mr. Mayor, I do not wish to say anything that will affect the decision-making this evening, but I do want to give the public and the members of the board a little bit of a history on the recent introduction we had to the application this evening. Oftentimes, there's concern when there isn't a disclosure of all things that happen in government. With this particular application, as in any development, there's often a request made for confidentiality until a decision can be made that the application will actually come forward. The applicant had asked several months ago that we meet with them to discuss the possibility of this application actually getting here this evening. There was nothing that was secret by way of the mayor and council other than wanting to ensure the confidentiality of the applicant in case this was not going to come to where we are today. Having been a part of this town for nearly 56 years, I worked on 48th Avenue in 1976 as a truck driver. I dealt with 48th Avenue up and down that street, and we all know that it has been a major problem for the development of the entire 48th Avenue redevelopment zone. We now have an applicant that came to us, met with the mayor, the council president, our borough engineer, our borough planner, to try to get a better sense of whether or not this made sense. The way this works, because the mayor and council sits as the redevelopment authority, it comes to us this evening, not for a decision as to whether or not it's going to be approved, but a determination as to whether or not we're going to be willing to amend our redevelopment plan, forward that to the planning board, and then once that is done and we actually propose a modification, if the mayor and council is so inclined, that would go to the planning board, and the applicant would actually have to go for a full-blown site plan application without use variances or any other major issues, because the mayor and council, as the redevelopment authority, would already have determined that it is a proper project for that particular area. I don't want to take any wind away from the applicant, but the application, when presented, will explain to the public and to the mayor and council why this project is not only good for this particular piece of property, developing this particular piece of property, but also will have a major effect on the entire 48th Avenue development area. Before we begin, two things. I wanted to talk to Councilman before he came in. Unfortunately, I didn't have that opportunity.
Well, you plan to turn by traffic.
No, I don't mean it that way. Unfortunately, Mr. Fitzhenry has a business association that is directly across the street, across Route 7 from this application. So I'm asking Councilman Fitzhenry to recuse himself this evening based upon his specific location, proximity to the application. Also, Councilman Granell is a manager or director at UPS, obviously a serious competitor of Federal Express. So Mr. Granell is also being asked to recuse himself this evening. I don't think there's any reason for them to remove themselves from the dais, but we don't want to do anything that would in any way affect the decision-making of the rest of the governing body. With all that said, Mr. Shalkin, your floor.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and members of council sitting at the development. My name is Ronald Shalkin. I'm an attorney with Machine Handling in Jersey City, and I represent the applicant, Redevelopment LLC. And I have some preliminary comments I'd like to make at this time, after which I intend to introduce our project engineer from Langley, who will give you a little bit more of an in-depth proposal of what the conceptual plan that we are bringing before you entails. This is the former Bethlehem Steel end coat site, and it's outlined in the aerial photo that I just circulated with the council members. I know all of you are familiar with it because I'm sure you've been in town for many years. In 2003, the DEP issued a no further action letter to Bethlehem Steel following an environmental cleanup of the property. The property consists of approximately 44 acres, as shown on the colored aerial, and an entity called Meadowlands Ventures, LLC, purchased the 44 acres from the Meadowlands Commission in 2013. In 2013, Meadowlands Ventures informally came to the previous administration to discuss a possible deal with a distributor, which happened to be FedEx. But the negotiations with FedEx did not work out at that time. Consequently, in May of 2014, Meadowlands Ventures decided not to redevelop the property and entered into a ground lease with Redevelopment, LLC, which is my client. Red is a limited liability company, 100% owned by a gentleman by the name of Moishe Manor. Under the terms of the ground lease, the lessee, Red, has a right to develop 44 acres. Borough renewed discussions with FedEx Freight and has very recently, in 2015, entered into a sublease with FedEx Freight to do a turnkey development of the site pursuant to FedEx's national specifications. We are here this evening to discuss the redevelopment of this site and to express to you that our client is serious, that Borough and FedEx Freight has completed its due diligence. It has hired its team of professionals, which has met with the borough's engineer, your town attorney, your outside planner, and your recently retained real estate consultant, and listened to the borough's needs, and they in turn listened to our needs. As a result of those needs, the conceptual plan, as required by the correct redevelopment plan, has been formalized and brought before you tonight. Before I introduce Dan Miola, who is here, the project engineer from Langham, I would like to point out certain highlights of this project. I'd like to begin by a general definition of redevelopment. Redevelopment is defined in the second edition of the Redevelopment Handbook of New Jersey as a process to rebuild or restore an area in a measurable state of decline, disinvestment, or abandonment. Redevelopment may be publicly or privately initiated, but it is commonly recognized as a process governed by the local redevelopment and housing board, an undertaking in accordance with a redevelopment plan adopted by the municipality. If used correctly, it can transform a distressed area into an economically viable and productive part of the community. The Bethlehem Steel site has remained fallow since at least 2003 and earlier. Because it was situated within the Meadowlands commercial area, as you know, the property generated very little real estate tax revenue for the borough. This project is a classic redevelopment example to transform an underutilized piece of land into a viable facility to be occupied by FedEx Freight, a division of a Fortune 500 company. The first benefit to the borough that I'd like to outline is that it will be transforming non-utilized piece of property to a valuable rail. I submit to you that it is ordinarily the case when a high-profile developer comes into a community with a multi-million-dollar project such as this. The first request out of that developer's mouth is that it's looking for a pilot program in the form of a long-term tax exemption to give them some tax breaks to make the project affordable. Because the Bethlehem Steel site is located within a redevelopment area, by statute, my client and indirectly FedEx Freight would be entitled to request that from the community. Our client and FedEx Freight have considered that issue carefully and decided in the interest of being a responsible member of the community and to pay their fair share to North Arlington, they will not seek any kind of tax pilot program project will be taxed eventually as any other business in town is. The second item of report that came up at our meeting with your professional was access to the correct Avenue industrial area. And Randy touched on that in his certainly his opening remarks. The current condition of egress and ingress and egress at the top of the hill out of Correct onto Route 7 is both dangerous and unmanageable. FedEx Freight requires a completely secure facility. Our client and FedEx initially designed a conceptual plan that provided ingress and egress for FedEx employees and vehicles only onto Route 7. After meeting with your professionals, it became apparent to our client and FedEx that there was a further opportunity here to be a good neighbor and to help solve a very serious problem that the borough has been saddled with. That is, the safe means of ingress and egress from the Correct redevelopment area. Correct and FedEx directed its professionals to conceptually design a roadway on its own property, a portion of which will be dedicated to the borough as a public right-of-way. That roadway will require Correct and FedEx to sacrifice over 1.5 acres of very valuable land and some parking spaces in order to provide another benefit to the borough at our client's cost and expense. It is estimated that the cost will exceed $3 million, including redesign fees and construction costs, to put this two-way roadway into the configuration. The inclusion of the two-way roadway required a complete redesign of the site. Once again, solely at the expense of my client, FedEx. The third item that should be highlighted is that as a result of meetings with DEP, it appears the redeveloper will be required to make a monetary contribution in lieu of public access to the site, which is unreasonable given its remote location. DEP suggested that we obtain a letter from the borough stating what waterfront project the developer's contribution of $45,000 would be used for. For example, it could be used to construct benches, lighting, public restrooms, etc. at some other location in town which has waterfront frontage. Thus, another benefit to the community. Lastly, we received the mayor's cover letter, which includes the tax bill that was sent to all residents of the borough, showing a modest increase in taxes for the board. Our client understands that the borough is not in a position to advance money to professionals to review and comment on submissions for a project of this magnitude. Although we anticipate receiving from the town attorney a proposed form of redevelopment agreement for purposes of negotiation, I have instructed my client bring to the meeting tonight Correct's check as an escrow deposit for the professional fees, which I have in my briefcase and which I'm prepared to turn over to you. I think the most important thing to derive from this presentation is that our client, unlike the previous redeveloper of this site, is very serious, is acting in good faith, and is prepared to build this project. Prepared to make the improvements it will be required to make, including the public right-of-way on its own property, and begin operations with a good neighbor. The projections for this facility are to initially employ approximately 150 people, which will expand as the facility matures. The jobs are a combination of managerial, supervisory, semi-skilled, and unskilled labor, with the majority being full-time employees. There will be a combination of relocated and new employees at the levels that are yet to be determined. However, it is clear that there will be opportunities available for local residents at this facility, both during construction and upon completion of the project. Kevin Kieran, who is Correct's construction consultant, who specializes in FedEx construction, is here this evening as well. And I'd like to turn the presentation over to Dan Miola of Langley, who can get into the depth of the engineering, because it is a very complicated engineering site. Dan?
Good evening, everyone. Ron done a good job of explaining the site and the site vicinity. I'll just start with this first exhibit, which is an aerial of the site and the surrounding area, just to orient everyone as to what we're talking about, which for most people already know. It's actually not, but I can
Do you have another plan for the, is that possible?
Sure.
Dan, when you speak, is it possible to speak into the mic?
Sure.
Carry it.
You can only carry it so far. I don't think my arm is long enough to point at the board, but I'll do the best I can here.
Let me make a suggestion, Mr. Mayor, I apologize. Normally, in the zoning meeting, planning board meeting, we normally have the professional put the board over there, and that corner over there. So this way you're closer to the microphone, right at that corner right there.
Sure.
This way the entire room can see the board on the opposite corner, rather than that, right close to that one, and they take up pretty much pretty over there. But I have to hold. I can see it better too. That's all I can do. There you go, that's better.
So just to orient everyone, north is to the right of the page there. So the site is a 44-acre, currently undeveloped site known as the Bethlehem Steel site. It is part of the Quarried Avenue redevelopment area. Quarried Avenue is to the west. The current access into the site is off of Quarried Avenue through the dogleg that fronts Quarried there. The H&M building is to the north. The NJ transit lines to the east, and Belleville Turnpike is to the south. As I said before, it's part of the Quarried Avenue redevelopment area, and it's, as our attorney stated, it was once home to Bethlehem Steel, where there was a manufacturing operation there that ceased in the late 80s. The site was then cleaned up, remediated, and capped, where there was a no further action letter issued by the DEP in 2003, and largely stayed in the same state from then until today. So the next exhibit that I'll talk to is really what we are currently proposing. It's our site plan. Currently proposed is a 138,000 square foot truck terminal building, which is known as a cross-dock facility. It's a long and narrow building, 100 feet wide by 1,100 feet long, roughly, with 167 dock doors. Also proposed is an accessory building for truck and tractor maintenance. That is the smaller building to the south of the long skinny building. That would be a 23,000 square foot building. Also associated with the development would be a car parking lot for 215 employee parking spaces, as well as 5 visitor spaces. In the truck yard surrounding the buildings, there's also a number of tractor and trailer parking spaces of various sizes, according to the type of truck that would be parking there. To the north, the west, and the east of the site, along the perimeter, we would propose stormwater management basins to accommodate our stormwater runoff. The site would be accessed by what Ron has called the Quarried Avenue Extension Road that we are proposing to build, which comes in off of the dogleg that fronts Quarry and whittles its way down to the south there, and ultimately connects to Belleville Turnpike. So just to provide an engineering explanation as to why this is currently proposed and what the problem is with the existing Quarried Avenue access. Highlighted in gray there is both Belleville Turnpike and existing Quarried Avenue. And you can see by if you look at the intersection of existing Quarry and Belleville Turnpike, it is pretty far from an optimal 90-degree intersection. And Belleville Turnpike is like this. Quarried Avenue is really coming in at quite a sharp angle. And this has really not only hampered access for a lot of the sites in there within the Quarried Avenue redevelopment area.
So what do we need? Do we need a motion tonight to move this
I
forward?
think we should still have open hearing of citizens. If we have citizens here, even though it's informal, I think that in the abundance of caution, we should see if anyone from the public has any comments.
At this time, I'd like to open the meeting to the hearing of public. Anybody in the public here that's here tonight would like to speak about this project?
Specifically about this project?
Yeah,
about-
just this project, yeah. Seeing no one, I need a motion to close the hearing of citizens.
I'll make that one. I'll second.
Hughes and Trump. Call roll?
Councilman Granell?
Yes.
Councilman Bronte?
Yes.
Councilwoman Cruz?
Yes.
Councilman Zammitsor?
Yes.
Councilman Fitzhenry?
Clarifications to close the hearing of citizens?
Yes.
Yes.
Councilman Hughes?
Yes.
I need a motion to adjourn.
No, we need a motion,
No.
but whether or not to forward this to Susan and to me for purposes of presenting to the mayor and council at our September meeting an amendment to the pre-avenue redevelopment plan that would make this project ready for jurisdiction for the planning board.
Mr. Mayor? You.
I was going to ask if Councilman Fitzhenry or something,
No,
or we do exclude ourselves.
you need to excuse yourselves from the vote.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, I think in light of the fact of the information that's been brought to light about the geotechnical aspects of the property, I know when we first looked at the redevelopment plan for this property, that was knowledge we did not have at the time. Realizing that the substructure that would have to be developed on this property may have made it much more cost prohibitive for the type of redevelopment that we envisioned for this property. And the fact that the FedEx people have been very generous in providing an access roadway to Quarried Avenue, which is something we've long desired. I'd like to make a motion that this be forwarded for further action, further review, and amendment of our redevelopment plan.
I have a motion by
I'll
Richard
second
Hughes,
that.
seconded by Dan Bronte. Call roll?
Councilman Granell?
Abstain.
Councilman Bronte?
Yes.
Councilwoman Cruz?
Yes.
Councilman Zammitsor?
Yes.
Councilman Fitzhenry?
Let's recuse myself, thank you.
So noted. Councilman Hughes?
Yes.
So moved. Gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you.
If you could, Lon, if you could meet with Susan, she's here, and obviously, she's gonna be the one putting together the proposed amendments. Share whatever you can with her so that she's fully informed. Thank you, gentlemen.
Ron, it's my office.